Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Derek here. We are back reacting to another movie. This is Marvel Studios' Black Widow. Now, we have been waiting for this movie for so long. I feel like this movie was supposed to come out 2 years ago, and it got delayed, and then COVID happened, and it got delayed again, and delayed again, and delayed again, because they wanted it to come out in theaters. But eventually I feel like they just had to cave and be like, okay, fine, Disney Plus as well. This movie is also kind of like long overdue. I feel like everyone expected Scarlett Johansson to get her own Black Widow movie a long time ago, and it just never happened, and it probably should have happened. And it's also interesting timing because she died in Endgame. Like, she's not alive as a character anymore. But this movie takes place directly after Civil War, from what I have heard. And it's kind of about Natasha, like, on the run and reminiscing about her past and kind of like where everything has taken her. This was supposed to be the first thing that came out in Phase 4. It was going to be this, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then WandaVision, and then Loki. But all of those have come out before this, and this is now like the last one to come out. So it's kind of interesting timing, but it is what it is. I know Florence Pugh is in this. David Harbour's in this. Someone plays Taskmaster. That's the villain. Yeah, that's pretty much all I know. It's going to be like an action espionage movie. Probably more action than espionage, but you know, I'm pumped. I'm really excited to watch this. It's been far too long since I've seen a Marvel movie. The last one was Far From Home, and I feel like that was 2 years ago, probably. So, yeah, I'm pumped. This is the first official movie of Phase 4. Before we jump into it, please consider leaving a like on the video. Helps my channel out a ton. Helps my videos get seen more. Subscribe if you want to see more reactions. More Marvel reactions. I'm watching Loki right now. Ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if full-length reactions are something that interests you, I post all of my reactions, the full length of them in watch-along format on my Patreon. It is linked in the description. There you can become a super supporter as well and get featured in all of my videos, like this guy right here. But other than that, let's jump into it. Ohio, 1995. Is this supposed to be like little Natasha, but she's like undercover in a Russian family? It looks like the neighborhood from Stranger Things. Probably is, actually. So this is like kind of like The Americans, where they're a secret Russian plant in America. I'm guessing that's what's going on here.
Everything okay?
How was everybody's day?
Mommy taught me about mandarins.
How long do we have?
Like an hour, maybe.
I don't want to go.
You remember when I told you that one day we would have that big adventure? Today's the day.
Yay!
They grew accustomed to American life. Now they gotta go back to Russia because they've been made.
Don't leave it, leave it, leave it. Go wait in the car. You have it?
Yeah.
So want a copy?
The only one not on fire.
Shield gonna pull up on their house.
Where are we going?
Home.
Mommy, you're silly. We just left home.
Fitting. Bye bye, America. This is the day that their American personas die.
Why is it Dad in the plane?
He's coming, baby. He's coming.
Is he coming? God dang, man. He's strong. He's like Russian Captain America. Is this how he ends up in prison? He's just gonna hang on to the plane. Ooh. Yeah, you're just gonna have to take off and see what happens. It's gonna be close. Especially with that thing flipping in the air. Ooh. Is dear old Papa still on the wing? He is. He's just gonna hang on the whole time.
I want to go back there. Stay in Ohio.
She doesn't want to go to Russia.
She's only 6.
You were even younger.
Or the Red Room.
Because my girls are the toughest girls in the world. You're gonna take care of each other. And everything's gonna be fine.
That's so messed up, dude. Even though it was like kind of like a fake family, it was like a real family, man.
Remove all the defects.
All the defects. This is an interesting cover of this song.
They took on false identities, even raised families.
It's like in The Americans. Like pigs to the slaughter. What is she watching? Ooh, what's up, man? Red Hulk.
Tasha Romanoff is in violation of the Sokovia Accords. She assaulted the king of Wakanda. Make an example out of her.
You're embarrassing yourself. It looks desperate.
So maybe be calling me the
Looks desperate.
What is this, your second triple bypass?
Don't worry about me. We got Barton, we got Wilson.
So he's in a health risk,
Drinking convict.
which potentially means he's gonna need some sort of medical thing that might turn him into the Red Hulk. What if she's like not even there? She's on a boat or something. Oh, she is on a ferry. Is that Gemma Chan? Isn't she in Eternals? Am I right? Okay, just smoke her with a car. Maybe it's not Gemma Chan. It could be someone else. Oh, and twisted the knife. Ooh, red smoke? What's the deal with that?
Accidentally
What does that red mist smoke do? Ooh, Taskmaster is part of the Red Room then? Is he just a robot?
Mix and match, you should be able to stretch it to 20 or so identities.
Fanny Longbottom.
Fanny Longbottom?
What's all this junk?
Oh, just some mail and personals from the Budapest safe house.
Budapest?
That case, though. That was the one Yelena had. That did not look real, but that's okay. I'm guessing this is Taskmaster, because I was about to say that bridge looks like the bridge from the trailer. Is he tracking the case then? Because otherwise, why would he come after her?
At least you know I'm a better shot when I'm pissed off.
Dang, he's pretty good with the shield. Is he a robot or a real person? Redirect to primary target, yeah. Oh. That looked like it hurt. He's good. This dang robot is good. God dang. He is brutal. Budapest. You and I remember Budapest very differently. So Yelena's been awoken to the realities of the world, but she doesn't know if Natasha has. Fight!
Stay down! Stay down!
Ow. She's like an older sister. Just stop! Just stop! Oh, god dang. This is definitely some Civil War type combat where they're just flying across rooms and smashing into things. Is that a 3-hole punch? What was that? It's like some Jason Bourne type combat right here. She didn't want to kill her.
Antidote controlio Why don't you take it to one of your super scientist friends? They can explain it to you. Tony Stark, maybe?
Yeah. Excellent timeline.
I kept checking the news, expecting to see Captain America bringing down the Red Room.
She didn't share that part with him.
Dracov's dead.
I told him. You don't actually believe that, do you?
Killing Dreykov was the final step in my defection to S.H.I.E.L.D.
Is Taskmaster that good? He just shows up everywhere? Or are these the other Red Room people? Gotcha. Run! Trailer shot right there. Ooh, another trailer shot coming up. So I'm guessing either this Dreykov guy isn't dead or his daughter is the one that's running the show. Ow. That looks like it just killed.
Let me help you.
You... Oh, her leg.
He's making.
Oh. God dang. So he's not dead.
Where are my keys? Suchka.
Oh shit, what is that? They have a tank? It's like Uncharted. Driving a tank down an alleyway. Oh, Taskmaster, come on, man. Just smokes that van. Doesn't even care. Oh.
You can't just steal a guy's car. So you want me to chase him down and unsteal it?
Yeah, I mean, the young gun thinking she knows what the best way to go about it is. Trying to bemoan her rusty skills. That's kind of crazy that she knew that would work.
Put your seatbelts on.
She's such a mom.
Oof. Considering she probably knew that was about to happen, smart to put your seatbelt on. No way they're alive. There's 0% chance they live through that. You kidding me? Yo, what? That's insane. How did he get that to go down there? She killed a little girl? Dang.
You didn't want your baby sister to tag along whilst you saved the world with the cool kids.
You aren't really my sister.
This thing that you do when you rip your hair when you're fighting with the arm and the hair. It's a fighting pose. You're a total poser.
That's so funny. Calling her out.
Pain and suffering is every day, and we are both still a trained killer. Except I'm not the one that's on the cover of the magazine. I'm not the killer that little girls called it.
Oh, shit.
Did you ever wish for kids?
She did.
I want a dog. An army surplus? Or...
Okay, it has a lot of pockets. But I use them all the time, and I made some of my own modifications.
I use them all the time.
I like your vest.
I knew it. I knew you did. It's so cool, right?
It's good. Yes.
And you can put so much stuff in there. You wouldn't even know.
The fact that she loves her vest is incredible.
There he is. Captain
He's pretending.
Oh no! Then America was still frozen in ice then.
Yeah, he knows his facts. Oh. God dang, he just snapped that guy's arm. Because he caught him in a lie.
Today's your lucky day, Alexei.
That new me.
He's like, time to fight. If I'm getting out of here, I'm going to make a scene as I do it. Of course. He recognizes her. That's so sick.
Such a poser.
We're both doing a really good job.
Yo, I love Yelena.
I'm not with this.
Just casually parks this helicopter in midair and is like, okay, stop it. You're annoying me now. Are they causing an avalanche? They're intentionally causing an avalanche to get this guy not to escape. Yo. She's got you. I love how calm they are. Farewell, douchebags.
Wow. Oh, Johnny, oh. Why the aggression, huh? Is it your time of the month?
Ooh.
My period, dipshit. I don't have a uterus.
Or ovaries.
Yeah, that's what happens when the right one gives you an involuntary hysterectomy. They kind of just go in and they rip out all of your reproductive organs. They just get right in there and they chop them all away, everything out.
Okay.
So you can't have
Okay, you
babies.
don't have to get so clinical and nasty.
Oh, well, I was about to talk about fallopian tubes, but okay.
That's horrible, but that was funny.
I don't think we have enough fuel for St. Petersburg.
No, we're good. We'll make
Okay.
Just straight up crashes. She's like, if you say so.
Did he talk to you about?
What?
Captain America. He wants to know if you talked about him.
Captain America. My great Elvis.
Dude, Captain America was frozen. You never interacted with that man.
Welcome to my humble abode. Make yourself at home.
Yeah.
He's trying so hard.
Still fits. You haven't aged a day, huh? You're just as beautiful and as supple as the baby stretched to marriage.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, get out of here with that gross crap, man.
Here's what's gonna happen.
Natasha, don't slouch.
I'm not slouching.
Yes, yes, you are. You're going to
I
get
don't
the-
slouch.
You're going to get the back punch.
Good boy, Alexei.
She mind controls the pig.
You don't see the resemblance? It's just like dog. Stop breathing.
Don't tell him to do that.
They didn't steal weaponry or technology. They stole the key to unlocking free will.
Yo.
Oh, I am excited. Lexi could have survived 11 more seconds without oxygen. Good boy. Now you go back home where it's safe.
She's kind of a sociopath.
Our family was never real, so there's nothing to hold on to. That wasn't real.
What?
That wasn't real. Who cares?
Don't say that. Don't say that. It was real. It was real to me. You are my mother. You are my real mother. The best part of my life was fake. And none of you told me. And those agents you chemically subjugated around the globe? That was me.
It was taken.
I believe a bargain was struck. Your family paid off. Relentless.
So they killed her.
Draco had her killed.
And why'd you say this?
I remember this day. We shot Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, and summer vacation all in one.
That's a lot.
Tell me, how did you keep your heart?
She found other people
It only makes us stronger.
who were good.
He go toilet on my hands.
Oh my god.
Urine is
Oh my
35 degrees Celsius. Staves
Just
off the frostbite.
pisses on this kid's hands.
I was the chore, the job you didn't want to do. To me, you were everything. The only thing you care about are your stupid glory days is the Crimson Dynamo, and no one wants to hear about it.
Yeah, you didn't even meet Captain America. Trying to tell yourself these fake stories.
When I read about his widowed bride, something touched me deep inside. The day
The music died. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. This will be the day that I die. I thought that was a bomb going off. Just tranked immediately. They just hit him with like 30. She's faking. Or she got stopped. Classic Black Widow.
I'm sorry.
Yo. What a sociopath. Red Room is up in the sky. That's crazy, dude. I like how the title sequences are still reminiscent of Civil War, because that's when this movie pretty much took place.
Got the brain out. Identify the weakness.
No.
I gave her home. I gave her love.
Did you give her love, though?
When you look into the eyes of a
Oh. Wow. She's pretty good.
You have a 2-inch blade concealed in your belt line. What?
Good thing that's a sharp blade. What if it was dull and she just had to like saw at it? Maybe he's the robot and Taskmaster is really Dreykov.
He gave me my greatest weapon.
Or that's his daughter. Is Taskmaster his like charred daughter? That'd be crazy. Ooh, that's scary.
Look at her. You find it difficult to look at her. I do. You want to tell her you're sorry. Well, you should have thought of that before you blew her face off.
How did he survive the blast?
Do it.
Is it like some deep-seated stuff? What? That's insane. So I'm guessing he loses this fight.
Melina, this is the last time that we...
She's already gone, dude. Ooh, she did the pose.
You're nothing. You have nothing. Oh, stop it!
Don't tell me to stop!
How will you know when to shut up?
Ooh.
Damn it, you're weak. But it's easier to be tough in front of defenseless little girls, huh?
She's gonna try and force through this weird pheromone crap by just having him beat her out of it.
Great men. They answer to me.
The ring. She fights like Black Panther. And that was Winter Soldier.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Even if you look at the database, I'm going to show you the key.
Gonna
You weren't quite strong enough.
get him to hit her enough.
I'll have to finish it myself.
She's gonna slam her head against the table.
Sever the nerve.
You weren't quite strong enough. You weak little baby little bitch boy. She pulled the same kind of move she did on Loki, where she's pretending to be under duress and then just like, oh, thank you for your cooperation. She's sacrificing. Hopefully that doesn't fall. I mean, okay, never mind. She's good.
Slight change of plan. I completely demolished one of the engines and we are going into a controlled crash.
She is kind of a sociopath. She's just so calm about everything. Oh, in the cell you go.
We have to go.
Sucks to suck, you little zombie girl. He's scared. Yo, she's better than all of you. I wonder if she already got the ring from what's his face. Alright, Yelena, anytime now. Straight violence, baby. I love how just like brutal this combat is. It's so creepy. Alright, smoke grenade from Yelena. Anytime. Yeah. She's like, about time. As this thing falls out of the sky. Now it makes sense why she fights Taskmaster on this. Where are you at? Oh, never mind. She's just transferring data. Thought she was trying to find something specific. Maybe she can use this red mist stuff on the daughter. I wonder if that would work on her as well. Oh, well, that ruined things.
I know you're still in there. And I'm not gonna leave you. Okay.
Just immediately kicks her in the face. Go get him. Can she do anything? She didn't sever her nerve thing.
Don't do it! This was fun! No!
You're not gonna die. She's gonna jump off this thing to catch you in midair. Is he still gonna be alive? How did he survive the first explosion? The use of camera angles on this is kind of crazy. God, that's insane! They must have been so high up there. How are you possibly gonna live? Oh, okay, parachute. It's like, there's no way. Ah, that's some broken bones. Good thing she grabbed those extra vials. Get the mask off and use the vials. Something tells me she's wasn't under control. That's just really who she is. Or maybe she was.
I'm sorry. Please be calm.
Is he though? I mean, he survived that one explosion. I thought he was in the same room as that little girl, but maybe he was in a different room when they blew the building up.
We're both upside down.
That's a callback to the very beginning of the movie. We're both upside down.
It was real to me too.
Well, now you got a new, like, surrogate sister with a scarred face, too, so.
Everybody good? I am clearly injured.
I'm clearly injured.
Okay, well, if you're leaving, then I guess...
Take the sick-ass vest.
I know how much you like it. Does have a lot of pockets. Very handy pockets, yeah.
That's the vest. I think she has that vest in Infinity War. Well, so far things are okay. I guess we still need to figure out how she ends up with Cap before Infinity War. Is this how the movie ends, right here? No way. Captain America is what she got you.
See what I can get you with a
Boy.
Go break a few of them out of prison. See if I can't help patch things up.
And then the world ends. In a way, you help patch things up. Just takes half the population dying. Maybe Yelena got smoked out of existence. And then she's gonna come back into existence. Fireflies, bioluminescence.
Come on, Fanny.
Fanny Longbottom. Is that Natasha's grave? Well, time for you to get recruited to the Avengers. Oh. Interesting.
You're not supposed to be bothering me on my holiday time, Valentina.
Bothering me? Oh, no. I'm just here paying my respects.
Sure you are. So she's part of her team now?
Maybe you'd like a shot at the man responsible for your sister's death.
What? No. So is she gonna appear in the Hawkeye series then? Oh, that's how it ends? Okay. All in all, I liked that movie. It was good. I'm glad that I saw it. I think my overall score, I'd probably give this a 7.5. Pretty decent movie, especially for like a standalone. I wish it would have come earlier, like way earlier. But overall, it was really nice. Like certain parts of it were really nice, and other parts were not as nice. Things I enjoyed. I really enjoyed the action in this movie. It was very reminiscent of the style of action of like from Winter Soldier and Civil War, where like sometimes they're getting like thrown across the room like ragdoll style and just like smashing into things, and it's like, yo, how are you not dead? Slight hypersensualized, a little over exaggerated, hyper actiony, violent, without too much like blood or gore because it's PG-13. But yeah, I really enjoyed the action sequences. I thought those were all super well done, really cool. I enjoyed seeing Scarlett Johansen's Black Widow again. I don't know if this movie quite feels like a send-off to her. It does. I don't know how to explain it. This 70% feels like a satisfying send-off to her. I guess in line with what I gave the movie, a 7.5. I think my favorite parts of the movie were her interactions with Florence Pugh's character, Yelena. I think though the dynamic they had was just like top shelf, because it's very much like built upon a relationship of like two sisters that grew up together. It was only 3 years together, but still, like they have the family bond of like things. You don't have to necessarily explain feelings via dialogue or explain via narration or anything like that. It's just kind of like the dynamic between the two characters are understood between each other. And there's like this snark and like a little bitterness, but like covered in love and like respect, if that makes sense. If you have siblings, you would know what I'm talking about, where it's just like you can't help but just like make fun of your siblings, and like you inherently fight with your siblings, not like fighting like you're actually upset at them, but it's just fun to fight with your siblings. And then yeah, but there is also some like deep hurt on both sides of this conflict, with, you know, both of them kind of, you know, becoming sisters when they were younger and then having that stripped away from them. And they're both upset at different people. Like Yelena, she considered that her real family, and it was stolen from her, and Natasha never came back for her. So she has some bitterness there. Natasha, she, you know, she needed to get out completely, and she just kind of in turn left all of that behind. And so there's probably some guilt and shame on her side. So I don't know. Overall, I just like the dynamic between those two characters was wonderful, and I really enjoyed that. The dad and the mom were, I mean, they were still entertaining, but they were far less likable than the two girls. You know, David Harbour, great actor. I love him in Stranger Things. I wasn't the biggest fan of his character, honestly, in this movie, because I mean, I still enjoyed him, but like he was not my favorite at all. It was a little upsetting. I mean, because I don't know, having watched the show The Americans, and like I almost like carried that vibe into this movie of like, this is what their dynamic should be, even though that shouldn't apply at all. But like, you know, he kind of raised these girls, and then he pretended like he didn't care at all. You know, he was back in it for the Soviet Union. It was just a boring job, and you know, some of that was probably a front. Like he definitely probably felt real connection to them, but you know, it's tough. And the mom was like low-key kind of a sociopath. Like she just like was not concerned about anything. Like her, I mean, at the beginning of the movie, it was very believable that she would turn away from the Soviet Union, but then turns out she didn't turn away from the Soviet Union like at all. Like she was one of the, at the beginning she was like, I don't want to go back, like I want to stay here. But then she just like, I guess, rejoins the program and like helps build it up and test it on these kids, but then like rejoins the good side, I guess. The motivations of the parents were not very well translated at all. Like whether it be turning back to the Soviet Union or turning to the good side. Also, the dad totally just lied the whole time about Captain America. Like, he's asking Natasha, did he talk about me? No, he never met you. He was frozen in ice. Like, what are you talking about? Unless you're talking about a different Captain America. Is he talking about Isaiah Bradley or who's he talking about here? Like, did he fight Isaiah Bradley and that's who he's trying to think about? Like, does he not realize that there are two separate Captain Americas? That's entirely possible, but yeah, I would say the parents were not very satisfying characters, and their motivations weren't super believable throughout the whole film. The girls, I could totally get behind them and their motivations throughout the entire thing. Like, they had their lives stolen from them. Like and there was good callbacks to previous films. Like Age of Ultron, when Natasha's explaining to Bruce how, you know, they sterilize them and cut out their reproductive organs. And then this one in Yelena almost plays it for comedy, even though it's like horrible. She's like, yeah, they cut it out, like I don't have periods. It's like getting real into detail here. It's just like they went through some horrible stuff. Like, for real, they were trained to be killers. Yelena was the greatest child assassin. Like, what? Like, just had their lives stolen from them. So, like, their bond was really, really believable. The parents, not so much. The bond of Yelena to the other Black Widows wasn't super believable because it wasn't really established at all, other than the very beginning when she kills that girl and then uses the gas and then is like, oh no, what have I done? Like, they didn't really establish the connection between Yelena and the other Black Widows emotionally, so I wasn't super invested in, like, having them be freed. I mean, obviously you want them to not be on the bad side anymore. I assume they're going to be working for Valentina now, because, like, where else would they have gone? And Yelena's working for her. So, who knows what's up with that? Yeah, I mean, this was a solid movie. It was just, like, a lot of the motivations and character choices were brought up in this movie, if that makes sense. Like, only a few things were seeded in previous films, and that's unfortunate that they didn't, that, you know, Scarlett Johansen's Black Widow, even though she was one of the, like, original 6 Avengers and the main ones, like, she definitely did not receive as much character development or attention as Steve did, as Tony did, as Thor did. Like, I think those 3 took a lot of the character development and backstory, seeding, and they all had their individual films. I think this movie needed to come earlier, but I mean, it wouldn't have necessarily worked given the specific storyline. You know, like, Natasha beating the Dreykov guy, like, he's never been brought up before this film. So, like, her, I mean, obviously you like, inherently you don't want him to live. Like, you want him to die because he's a horrible person and doing these horrible things to these women. But, like, in terms of, like, the connection to Natasha, like, you know that he did these things to her, right? But, like, you don't ever see it happen on screen, if that makes sense. So, like, there isn't as much animosity or hatred towards this man. So, like, when he dies, like, when he died, it wasn't that dramatic of a thing. You know, it was satisfying to see Natasha trick him and then, like, beat him up, but she didn't get to be the one that, like, straight up killed him. So, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just complaining about things, but, like, overall, it was a fun movie. It definitely could have used a lot more story seeding before this movie. Like, I don't know, though, because, like, things that were set up, or, like nothing in this movie was set up before this movie, and that was a detriment to it. But, like, at the same time, like, Yelena wasn't really set up before this movie, and I think she was the strongest part of the film. Like, as much as this is a Black Widow film, Florence Pugh stole the show. Like, she's a friggin' phenomenal actress, and her character is very entertaining. And I think she was the emotional heart of this movie. And I'm excited to see more of her. Presumably she's going to be in the Hawkeye series, I think. Ooh, dang. It's going to be Haley Steinfeld versus Florence Pugh as Florence Pugh's trying to kill Hawkeye. That's going to be insane. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Overall, it was enjoyable. I liked it a lot, but it's not my favorite of the Marvel movies. Oh, Taskmaster. I think going into this movie, we kind of expected Taskmaster to not be like super strong villain, not like in terms of actual physical strength, but it's kind of like, this definitely almost feels like a old school Marvel film where like the villain isn't really that important, if it makes sense. Like, I don't know, I think they probably needed to seed in Taskmaster's identity earlier in the film as well to make the reveal as like satisfying or shocking. Like, I don't know, when they how do I explain this? The reveal that Taskmaster was Dreykov's daughter wasn't necessarily, it wasn't super shocking. Like, it wasn't a revelation. You were just kind of like, okay, yeah, I guess. I kind of thought Taskmaster was like a robot for half the film. Like, when the stuff is going on the eyewear at the beginning, I was like, oh, it's a robot. Like, okay. But no, I guess it's just her. And she was controlled by the Black Widow mind control as well, but like that effect on her was never explored really throughout the film. Like, so when, you know, other than Natasha feeling guilty about like blowing this girl up, you know, that almost felt unnecessary, if I'm honest. Like, I mean, it wasn't completely unnecessary. Like, it added an extra layer to the film, but like overall, it wasn't like super satisfying to see her freed from the mind control. Like, wasn't that invested in Taskmaster as a villain, or like whether or not Taskmaster became like freed, or whether she died, or anything like that. Overall, you know, the only things I was invested in this film were Natasha and Yelena's relationship, really. That's pretty much it. And wondering where it's going to go in the future. And then, yeah, end credit scene. Yelena is at Natasha's grave saying goodbye to her. And Valentina comes up and is offering her a chance to kill Clint Barton, because somehow she knows that he was involved, which, you know, I don't know how she knows that, because it happened on Vormir. And I guess all they would know, Valentina would know, is that like there was teams, like maybe she got the intel briefing of how Endgame went down, and she knew that Clint and Natasha went into the past as a two-man team and then didn't come back together. So she just maybe assumes that Clint had something to do with it, or maybe Clint talked about how like he had to kill her to get the Soul Stone, and maybe the details of the report weren't super descriptive. Like, Natasha killed herself. So I don't know what Valentina's role is necessarily. Like, is she, what is her plan? Is she like the Dark Avengers or whatever? Because she's got what's his face from Falcon and Winter Soldier, knockoff Captain America. What's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? How do I not know this? Frick. Whatever his name was. When he's like, Morgenthau, like he's a great actor. I was hoping he would be turning towards the good side, but I guess not. He's going to be part of this team, as well as Florence Pugh, to go against the Avengers in the future. I don't know what is Valentina's like motive? Like, why is she doing the things that she's doing? I don't get it. You know, maybe she believes Clint needs to be brought to justice because of the murders that he's committed, but it seems like she's coming in an antagonistic role. I don't know. Yeah, hopefully she's able to be re-educated to what really went down and she can join the good team. You know, I would hope to see Florence Pugh around for a long time because, one, she's a fantastic actress, and two, her character is phenomenal. I think even more than Nat, she was my favorite character in this movie. Yeah, again, I'm glad I watched this movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Although it fell into the same pitfalls that, in my opinion, Aquaman fell into, where a lot of the scenes are just kind of moves through, and there's not a whole lot of emotional depth to the film, if that makes sense, because like a lot of the things introduced and relationships introduced we just don't care about. The only real emotional moments that worked were with Nat and Yelena. So again, they're the best part of the film. And Yelena, if my favorite thing is like Yelena up here, Nat's like right here, and then if Nat is like up here, everything else is like way down. Like they definitely carried the movie. The action was great, loved that, but everything else wasn't that satisfying. If that makes sense. Let me know what you guys thought. It would be very interesting to see what you guys thought. I wonder if I see this again in theaters, maybe I would feel differently about it. Like, I feel like I generally enjoy movies more when I go see them in theaters. Like, I can't remember the last time I went to a movie in theaters and I didn't enjoy it. So that might have been why. I'm just watching this in my room on my computer. So that could be part of it. Who knows? But yeah, let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments. Let's start a conversation. Do you think this was a satisfying send-off to Nat? You know, who was your favorite character and why was it Yelena? You know, what do you think is gonna, how does this affect things going forward? Yeah, any and all thoughts you have below. Let's make start a conversation. I want to hear everything. Doesn't matter how small of a comment it is. Just great way to support the channel is comment. Otherwise, leave a like on the video if you liked my reaction or if you just like the movie. Subscribe if you want to see more reactions from me. Got the season finale of Loki coming up in a few days. That's going to be exciting. Reacting to tons of other stuff on the channel. The last 2 parts of the Fear Street trilogy. Superman and Lois, Lucifer, The Bad Batch, all that jazz. Outer Banks is coming back soon, so that'll be fun. Yeah, subscribe if you want to see any of that. Ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full-length reaction to this movie, head down to my Patreon. It is linked in the description. I'll be posting this in watch-along format so you can watch the movie with me. It'll be some weird editing, kind of, because I had to pause at several points because people were mowing the lawn outside. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, if you're interested in the full-length reaction, head down to my Patreon. There you can become a super supporter and get featured in all of my videos, like this guy right here. But otherwise, that's all I got to say. Thank you for watching. I love you, and I'll catch you guys next time.